So I would like some clarity on...
Clarity on clarity.
That was a great revelation to me when I realized that clarity was a vibration. So I really want to know what...
Clarity is an emotion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Clarity is an emotion. Clarity is an emotion. Just like frustration is an emotion, clarity is the counter emotion. And therefore it's the indication of alignment.
So I was curious what took y'all so long to make a meditation CD. Because we have all been splicing together your rampages to make our own meditation CDs for years. And so seriously, like from our side, it looks like for years we've had the summoning. And so what took y'all so long to get up to speed with us?
Let's go back to the subject of clarity. Well, the asking has been there, but the readiness to hear has not been. In other words, until you really understand the vortex had to come into full understanding in your frequency before a meditation CD that puts you in the vortex would have any meaning. And so we've been delivering to you incrementally what we feel you're ready for. In other words, the benefit that a teacher like us has with those like you is that we not only know who you are and what you're asking for, we know where you are in relationship. And the vortex was the piece that was necessary in order haven't you been enjoying the clarity that the in or out of the vortex brings to you? And doesn't the story of the vortex put meditation in a whole other place?
Yeah.
And doesn't the rendezvousing with cooperative components, wasn't that a big piece of understanding creation? And now isn't rendezvousing with who you really are with clarity? Rendezvousing with clarity, rendezvousing with the vibrational frequency of who you really are, isn't that just the next logical step, you see? So the answer to your question, we know you were offering it with mostly love.
All love, total love.
The answer to your question is that we find that the less we challenge the beliefs that you currently hold, the more likely more of you are to find satisfaction. And there is nothing that pleases us more than your satisfaction.
Well, we feel greatly satisfied, so thank you for that. So the theme for me today, between everything, is something that I kind of refer to as the point of transcendence, and I don't really know what it is in your words, but it seems to be the point where I am looking at something unwanted and I consciously make the choice to not give my power, my energy, my response, my emotion to that, and choose instead to be who I would be if this wasn't in front of me. And in that moment, whenever I'm able to do that, it's like moving through a wormhole into a different experience, and the whole universe shifts around me.
Well, again, it's the going into the vortex.
Right.
Again, it's that vortex analogy that serves us so well about that. In other words, when that transcendence that you're feeling is earlier in the several years ago when you were still not ready for the meditation CD. We offered a process called pivoting, where you make the choice. You know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So you deliberately choose what you do want side of it. And then later that evolved into you reach for the best feeling thought. So this is just an amplification, a clarification, a more specific application of the same sort of thing. But what the differentiation, and we are so thrilled to give it to you here in this setting, is that you're talking about standing on the cusp of the vortex and pivoting into it rather than away from it. The analogy that we offered like this earlier was when Lovable Cat would jump up. Jerry put cat doors in all the buildings for her because he wanted her to have easy access in and out to everything, and he didn't want anyone to lock her in anywhere either. And because she lived on the property of the office, and she followed everyone everywhere, and one time got locked in the attic, so he put cat doors everywhere. And Elsie would jump up on the ledge from one world and go through the cat door into an entirely different world. And it's almost like that. When you are outside the vortex, it's like you're inside a building with all of its limitations. And when you jump through the vortex door, all things are now available to you. And it's not just random things. It's things you have deliberately chosen on every subject that is important to you, all wrapped up and massaged into clarity for you to receive as fully as you are able, as much as you are able to endure. It's interesting, we've had conversations here today about how to endure a relationship that is unpleasant, when what we really want to talk about is how to endure, how to survive the vibration of the vortex without being thrown out of it. That really is what this Art of Allowing workshop is about. Tuning myself to the vortex so that I can stand being in there for longer periods of time, because sometimes you can't. In other words, you're not up to speed with it. You can't take it. When Esther first began receiving us, you're getting some of this too. When Esther first began receiving us, the energy of us was more than her physical body knew what to do with. She said it was like having her toe in a light socket. She never questioned that she was getting something because, it felt powerful, you see. So it's sort of some of that. You align with the energy until it feels normal to you. And one more thing that your brilliant question stirs up here. You're going to be on that cusp of another vortex and another and another and another and another, because it's going to keep moving. It's going to keep asking for further clarity from your vibration until you have clarified yourself into a life of ecstasy and appreciation and abundance on all levels.
So I had that exact experience last week, where there were so many amazing, huge, wonderful things happening back to back to back to back that it completely freaked me out. And I had this
so we're talking about
amazing day.
You're not up to speed with the vortex. If it's freaking you out, you're not ready for it. And don't worry, the universe will not demand that you abide in a vibration that you can't endure. You'll go out.
Well, I don't want to go out, so if you're in that place where it's like too much.
Go general.
Okay.
Go general. Okay. Just step into a more general place, because the specifics of it, the specifics of your ideas are what's making it move so fast.
Okay.
And when it starts to feel like it's spinning out of control, just go general, go general, go general. Things like, I don't have to figure this out now. This feels great. I can feel the power and the energy of it all as well here. Everything will work itself out. I'm glad to be here. I'll know what to do when it's time to do it. The vortex is not a place that's supposed to run me around a ringer. The vortex is not a place where I'm supposed to be gasping to keep up. The vortex is a place that I'm up to speed with, and the vortex is the power of it. And I am the compliant, cooperative component. What I'm doing in my frenzy is I'm getting into the vortex and trying to micromanage it.
Oh, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Good. Thank you. Thanks for the meditation CD.
We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. It has been a conversation that has taken us into many new places of clarification. It has been satisfying to us on many deep levels, because it has been satisfying to you on many deep levels. We are eager to acknowledge the vibrational shift that has taken place within you, within this gathering, just in these hours that we've been together. By your willingness to focus and your willingness to acknowledge the vibrational basis of that which you are. Just in our cooperative conversation, your energy has moved to a place that not only will it be easier for you to stay in the vortex when you stumble in, but it will be easier for you to recognize when you're on the brink of it so that you can sort of focus your way in. Most of all, we want to acknowledge your conscious realization of the reality of this vortex. And we think that we have made great progress in your willingness to let loose of reality as it is manifested, as you dream a little and wish a little and hope a little and know a little in the direction of your vortex. There is nothing that you need to do, and there isn't anything that you're doing wrong. You are here as cooperative components of a huge energy, living and being exactly as you intended. You said, I'll go forth and I'll sift, and you are sifting. And you said, I'll go forth and I'll launch rockets, and you are launching rockets. You said, I'll go forth and I'll be catalytic to expansion, to universal expansion and to personal expansion, and you're being and doing all of that. And you said, I will keep an ear to the ground. I will be aware of my vibrational relationship with who I really am. And I will do my best to guide myself in the direction of that which I have become. So, friends, we want to offer to you our appreciation for your willingness to sort. Because without your willingness to expose yourself to contrast, the expansion could not be as it is. If it were not for your clarifying through the deliberate and detailed life that you are living, the expanding universe would not be expanding as it is. But because you are willing to participate in the contrast that surrounds you, and because you are willing to launch these rockets while they may be unconscious to you while you're launching them, we are here to shine a light on what you have launched, on what you've put there. And we want to stand right in the middle of your vortex and proclaim to you the perfection of what you have put here as we lovingly shine a spotlight and call you in the direction of it. When you are willing, as you have been here today, to pay attention to the emotions that you feel, and you are willing to let your thoughts be guided by the emotion rather than trying to conjure the emotion through thought. Hear the difference? When you care about how you feel, so you reach for the feeling, you go into the vortex where the thought of clarity will then occur. When you try to conjure the thought in order to create the emotion, it's harder, and often you stay out of the vortex longer. Did you hear the differentiation? When you care how you feel and you reach for the love, when you reach for the love of the pantry. Now hear it. That's not a bad thing to do. When you reach for the comfort, when you reach for the love, when you reach for the alignment, when you reach for the feeling, when you reach for the feeling of well-being, it is our promise to you that you will find it. And with the feeling of well-being, you will find the clarity that you have been searching for also. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain eternally, blissfully, never-endedly in the vortex.
Thank you for inviting us back again. It's great being up here. Say thank you to Esther one more time, would you please? Yeah. Great fun.